Okay guys, so today we are going to start constructions. Constructions are creating different lines and different shapes based on what the question is. Okay, so tangent means perpendicular, so at a 90-degree angle. So we are going to draw lines on our, next to our circle. Well, tangent means touching at one spot, and perpendicular, so at a 90-degree angle. So we're going to draw lines to our circle. Now you have two different options. You have the lines with the dot that's on the circle, and then sometimes the dot is not on the circle. Okay, so we're going to do two different types of constructions for tangent lines. So you can't just put your compass wherever you want to, because you might not make a tangent line. Okay, because the tangent line has to touch the circle at one spot, at this spot, and it has to be perpendicular to our radius. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do the first one. So this guy, what you're going to do to start is you need to make a nice straight line. Okay, and you're going to go through your dot to the other side. So I like to put my pencil on my dot and then line up my pencil next to my picture. I want to go through this dot as well onto the other side. So a nice straight line. And it doesn't matter which way this is going, you can still see it. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to make this be a midpoint in a segment. Okay, so a segment is a line with dots at the end, and a midpoint is halfway through, exactly halfway through. Okay, so that's what we're going to do here. We're going to construct that. So in 9th grade we did lots of constructions, the 9th grade math, so we're just using those. So what you do is you put your center, this is your window, see how there's like little crosshair in that? There makes like an X. Okay, and then behind there, there's like a cute little dot. The dot needs to go directly on your dot. The more precise you are, the better. Then you move your slide window, so that's this guy is the slide window. You want it to be a little bit, oh, I need to put him here. A little bit further out, not too big and crazy. Maybe we'll come in a little bit closer. We don't want to go off our grid. Okay, so tighten it down so you don't want to wiggle the slide window. And you're going to make a line. If you notice, when I put my pencil inside the slide window, it shifts to one side of that cute little window. I want to do that same thing on the opposite side, so I'm going to flip it around. So if I put the mark here, it's going to be off. So I'm going to put it closer, like I'm trying to make my pencil touch this side, because that's where it touched over here on this side. The more accurate you are, the better. Okay, so now we have centered this. So this is now a midpoint in our segment, and our new segment ends here and here. So now you put your bullseye on one of these segments, and the center should be in your bullseye, directly in, if you've done this correctly. If it's like off like this or like this, it's because you didn't line everything up correctly. Now you want to move your bullseye in between these two dots, just somewhere, like that. Tighten it down. So you have to untighten to move, and then tighten it down, not too much or it'll break. Okay, then the compass goes up perpendicularly, and then I put my pencil in and I make a nice big arc. I do not move the slide, and I move my compass to my other end point, and then I make another nice big arc. We're looking for two intersections here and here. We put our pencil on and we line it up, and if you notice, after we draw our line, it goes through the dot. I mean, it's really, really close. There's a tiny bit of error because I'm a person, but it goes through the dot, and this is perpendicular to our radius. So our radius goes from the center to the edge of the circle. So perpendicular to our radius and tangent to our circle, which means it touches our circle at one spot. Okay, so let's do it again. So here's your circle with your dots. Draw a nice straight line on through the other side. Okay, then you put your bullseye in the center of the dot that's touching the edge of the circle. we're going to tighten down our slide window and we're going to make a mark on the right side and then flip that guy over here and then over here on the left side. Like that. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to see because of the glare. There you go. Like that. Okay, so now we put our bullseye over on one of our new endpoints and our center. See, mine's off. I didn't do as good of a job as I did the first time. I need to move this in between this dot and here. Okay, so your slide window needs to be in between. Straight up and down, nice big arc. Do not move your slide. Go to the other end point. Repeat the process. Nice big arc. Again, we're looking for these two intersections. Line up the intersections. See, this time, well, that's pretty good. Okay, so it touches my circle at one spot and it's perpendicular to my radius. Okay, so that's what the picture should look like. This guy is a little bit different. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to connect our center and this outside dot. Okay, and the next thing we are going to do is we are going to bisect this line. So you put your bullseye on one end point, and then you want to be more than halfway but less than all the way. So halfway is like here-ish. So more than halfway but less than all the way. Tighten down your slide window and make a really big arc. Move to the other side and do it again. Be careful. Okay, really big arc. All right, so just like we did on the last time, we're gonna line up here and there. Whoops, heavens. Pencil ran away. Okay, so there is that. So what I've done now is I bisected this line. So I cut this segment in half. So this is the halfway point. Okay? All right, so now what we do is we are going to measure from our halfway point to our end. So we're going to measure that distance there. Okay, after we measure that distance, what we're going to do is we are going to make a mark on our circle here and here. Okay, after we do that, we put our pencil on this spot. These tangent lines look a little bit different. And then we put our pencil on this spot, and it looks like that. Ta-da! Okay, so these two lines are tangent to the circle. Doesn't look like it, but they totally are. Okay, I'm gonna do one more in just a minute. Time. Connect your two dots using a nice straight line. Then we bisect. So we're going to put our bullseye in the center of our circle. We move this almost to the edge, not quite. More than halfway, less than all the way. That's the saying. Keep the slide nice and tight. Do not wiggle it. Make sure you get that bullseye right on the center. Second really big arc. So now we have our two arcs. We connect our arcs using a nice straight line, which bisects our line segment. From here, we put our bullseye on our new middle, and we move our slide so that the outside dot is in our window. Make a mark on your circle's edge here. Oh no. And here. Then you connect this dot to the outside dot, and the same thing on the other side. This dot to the outside dot. And that is how we make tangent lines when the circle is not on the edge of our picture. When the dot is not on the edge of our circle. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day. Bye.